Welcome to Being a Parent, a series of short videos with strategies to help make family life less stressful. My name's Joshua Harwood.
My name's Danielle Cumming.
And you'll also hear from some of our amazing parent group leaders who have tried and tested the strategies in their own homes. This video is about how to get our children to open up to us.
So Josh and I are going to do an exercise, and what I want you to do at home is to think about what the impact is on the listener and also on the speaker whilst we're doing this, and to notice different cues that are happening.
So 2 weeks ago, I got some news from my parents that our family dog died, actually. It was really sad.
Someone died?
Yeah, our family dog, it was 14 years old, so he was quite old. But
who was old, sorry?
Yeah, so my dog was quite old, and they'd been unwell for a while, and it was such sad news. And I've got sort of a younger brother, and he was really upset by it because he'd completely grown up with this dog. Yeah, it was right. I'm gonna stop there. So yeah, 2 weeks ago, I actually got some news from my parents that my family dog had been put down.
The dog was put down.
Yeah, everyone was really sad actually because he'd been in the family for over 14 years, and it was a long time. And I've got younger siblings who had almost completely grown up with this dog, so it was part of the family, and it hit us all a lot harder than we realized actually. And
it must have been really hard for all of you to lose someone, or lose an animal that is part of your family for 14 years.
Yeah, exactly. And he sort of felt like part of the family, and especially as we're spending so much time. This is a time when we'd be going on walks, and the weather's getting a bit nicer, so everyone's really feeling it quite a lot at the moment.
Yeah, I can imagine. That must be really difficult for you. Okay, so Josh, how did it feel for you being the speaker in those two situations?
Yeah, in the first one, actually, I was trying to speak to you and you were kind of incredibly distracted. You were checking your phone and stuff. And I actually found it really hard to talk, even though I kind of knew what I wanted to say. It was really hard to carry on talking when you're not feeling like you listened to. And I didn't feel like you cared. And I thought, well, what's the point in me even telling you this story, because you're barely paying me any attention whatsoever. Whereas in the second scenario, you were kind of feeding back some of what I was feeling, and it made it so much easier for me to talk, and it made me want to carry on talking because I felt like I could trust you a bit more and that you really cared what I was saying. So it actually really encouraged me to carry on and try and to tell you more.
Yeah.
How was it? What was it like as the listener? What did you feel like in the different scenarios?
Well, I think it's actually something that I can definitely relate to, because I think there's so many situations when someone is speaking to me and actually I can be a little bit distracted, not always by looking on my phone, but it might be that I am cooking the dinner or something like that, and you're trying to multitask and listen to that person whilst doing that activity at the same time. But actually it is really important to stop that activity and give them your full focus, because otherwise you don't pick up on the whole story and you don't have that chance to really empathize and understand with what they're saying. So yeah, it's definitely relatable. So with an open question, that's when we're going to be encouraging our children to talk. So we're going to be using language that's going to open up their opportunity to speak to us. Whereas when we're asking closed questions, that's generally going to give just a fixed answer of yes or no. So there is a clear difference between the two. For example, a closed question might be something like, was it Caroline who stole your lunch today? Whereas with the same situation, an open question might be, someone took your lunch today. So you can see the difference between how they might respond to those. Another example might be with a closed question, did you watch television all day? Whereas an open question, you might say, how was your day? Or what did you do today?
Yeah, nice. So allowing them to elaborate a little bit more. So we're trying to encourage open and curious questions rather than closed and leading questions that kind of will shut the child down and not encourage them to talk. And there's a few other techniques that we can think about as well to try and encourage children to talk. These kind of things, we call them door openers because they potentially open children up. And some examples might be, you seem upset, or do you want to tell me about it? Or I'd love to hear about that. Or you can tell me later at bedtime if you prefer. So those are some things that might open up the door to want to tell us more.
Questioning, I find, is one of those things that it's very easy to do the closed questionings, especially with younger children, that asking them, what colour's that? What's this? What does a dog say? What does a duck say? Oh, there's a fire engine. What colour's the fire engine? And we give them a chance to say this one-word answer, but we're not allowing them to express their vocabulary. And I think sometimes in that way, I think closed questioning can be quite stifling, whereas open questioning could encourage them to use a lot more descriptive language.
Something that I found really useful from the course was how to use open and closed questioning effectively with my children. So at the end of the day, when I do pick up my daughter from school, I try really hard to use open-ended questions to get her to start talking about how her day was. So instead of saying something like, did you have a good day? And the answer would be yes or no, or or similar questions, then I would actually ask, how was your day, or who did you play with, or what did you have for lunch, or, what was your favourite part of the day?
I found asking open questions where it's not a definite yes or no answer has really helped me connect with my children and get them to open up about their feelings. I think if you can find a time throughout the day, wherever it suits you, when you have a moment to really sit down and listen to your children and keep on asking those open questions and keep them talking, then you can really find out what's going on in their worlds.
If my girls are fighting and I go and I'm like, are you fighting? I'll get a no when they clearly are. But if I ask, what happened? You both seem upset. What happened? Or tell me more. Then they'll start blaming each other for. But then at least you get the conversation going.
Open questions allow the child to use their imagination, be creative, to tell you what they really think. If they could sort of say, oh, I got upset today, and you say, oh, you got upset today, what happened? How was that? Just ask more exploratory questions to let them tell you the story, which can be very powerful for them, because it allows them to then say what it is that they're thinking and feeling, rather than being led by yourself down a certain path of what you assume is the situation, which quite often isn't.
So give it a go at home. Practice listening without distractions and giving your full attention. Have a go at using open questions. See if you notice the difference in how your child responds.
So thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed it, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Yeah, thanks very much everyone. Bye.
Bye.